Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for Teach Me Tuesday. It's Mary Ellen from Create With Me, and I'm here in the Creativity Nest with a really fun project. So once a month I get together with 11 lovely creative ladies, and we have club together, and we made this project and everybody loved it. So I thought I would share it with you. I'd seen this project on a Facebook group from a lady named Claire Ottaway. She's from the UK, she's a demonstrator there. And I just thought it was adorable. And I think she had picked it up from Pinterest from years ago, but Claire's the one that I saw it from, so I'm going to give her credit. So um, I want to show you, I'm going to get my name off of there. So I want to show you the cute little project, the one we made in Club. It's a little Easter basket. I thought it was timely because we've got like a month, under a month, to start thinking about our little Easter project. So this is a little project that we made. We made a couple different ones. You can make them all different, however you want them to be. And you can even make them different sizes. So when we got done with the big one, just to compare, I'll show you, we made this cute little one too. So isn't that adorable? But I'm going to show you the big one today, and I'm going to actually take you down to my desk, and I'm going to show you with a full sheet of paper. So what you need to make this bigger Easter basket, this one here, right here, you'll need a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You'll need two brads. I'm using them from the round and square brads. They come in black and white. The bigger ones are squares and the little ones are circles. You'll need a couple of 2-inch circles. I grabbed some things off my desk. So I punched some designer series paper. I punched some from the pool party. This is pool party. And then I had a scrap of paper I'd been playing with, and it had the honeycomb hive in it. It's done with the pearlized paper, and I had added a little bit of gold to it. So I think I'm leaning towards using that. So just grab whatever, and you can use those in the project. So let me just go ahead and tell you what you need. You need to cut this down to an 8 by 10 piece of cardstock. And I'm using cardstock rather than the designer series paper because it's a little bit easier to see your scores and to see them on camera. So I'm going to cut this down to 10 inches. So now it's 10 by 8.5. I'm going to set this aside and use this for my handle. So this would make this 8.5 by 1 inch. Then I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off because I just want it to be 8 inches. And I'm going to just set that aside. That's just scrap. I'm going to get my blade out of the way, and I want to score this on the long side every 2 inches. So I'm going to, it's super easy scoring, 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and then 8 inches. It's cardstock, so I'm going back and forth a couple times. Then we're going to turn it on the short side, and I don't love numbers, so I'm just going to score it at 3 inches, and then I'm going to turn it the other way and score it at 3 inches, because numbers are not always my friend. So there's what you have. It's kind of a grid, and we're going to set this aside and bring in our snips. And so what you're going to do is on the long side, you're going to cut up each one of these flaps, okay? So you're going to cut them up to the first score on both sides, and I've actually done that in advance so you don't have to watch me cut. And what you get is all these little flaps like this, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bend those in, and we're going to start in the middle here. We're going to bring in our liquid glue, okay? And we are going to, I'm going to do this so that you can see. We're going to take this point right here on the second one, and we want to match it on this side right here flush, okay? And so I'm going to take my glue, and I just want a little bit of glue here on this corner, and I'm going to match this point right here up to this flush side and give it a squeeze. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I want a little bit of glue. And I'm going to match it up so that this side right here is flush with the top right here. So you're going to have these little bunny ears that stick up. So I'm going to hold it for just a second. And then I'm going to bring in my snips and I'm going to remove those little bunny ears and make this flush. Okay, so I can get rid of that. So I've got it just like this. Now on this one, I want to bring it all the way in so that this point matches this line right here. So it's kind of making your little scoopy basket. All right, so again, I'm going to glue. And I'm going to put that all the way down so that matches in like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just so it goes just like that. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here quickly without a lot of explanation on the other side. So you can just watch. This corner goes to here. Oops. Right to here. Trim off those rabbit ears. It goes together rather quickly. My club members went home after club on Wednesday, and several of them had posted pictures that they had already made a whole bunch for their grandkids and family and friends. So that's always nice to know. All right, so there's our basket. And then we're going to take the circles. These are 2-inch circles that I've die cut. And I'm just going to fold them in half. I'm picking the pearlized ones just for something super fun. And you're going to fold that over. You're just going to put some glue in there. My glue is just not wanting to come out too good. I just want to make, there it goes. Just want to make sure I've got glue coming out. Whoops. I could throw it in my lap. And I'm just going to do this. Is just going to kind of complete the basket. Hold all those little pieces together. Same thing on the other side. There we go. Sometimes you just got to tell who's boss. Don't tell my family I said that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my handle and I am going to take my, let's see, I've got to take your pick tool here. I don't have a take your pick tool that has a pokey tool on it, but that's what I would prefer. But I'm going to take just a pokey tool and my mat on my handle. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing here and try not to poke myself. This paper is a little thick, so it's gonna take, I should have thought of that. This paper is really thick, but it's doable. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Try not to cause any blood. We don't want any blood in the camera. All right, so now I'm gonna take my handle and I'm gonna take my brad and I'm gonna poke my brad through, get that going first, and then add my handle. Just like so. I like to have the brad in the diamond shape. So I'm going to try to twist this. Might not be able to do it. My hole's a little tight, so. All right. Well, that's as diamond-y as it's going to get. I guess if I put it in diamond shape first. And then there's putting on the other handle. And all you need to do then is to add a little bit of shreddy. And you got your little Easter basket. So that's how cute it is. I'm going to put the measurements on the video, so no problem there. I'm going to pop up my host code. Remember that if you use this host code in the month of March, I'm going to put these here so you can see them. If you use those host code in the month of March, then I will send you a little 6 project tutorial in your inbox. So it's an appreciation for you using that. I'm going to give you the measurements for both. Believe it or not, this is half the size of this one. The cardstock is half the size. So this was 8 by 10. This is 4 by 5. Can you believe that's the same? It's so crazy. It's just so crazy. But I think you're going to enjoy using these. I think you're going to really like them. And I thank you so much for joining me. And have a good day. And let's make some Easter baskets and make someone's day. Bye, everybody.